Hey there, viewers, a Transformers fan or Charlie Young back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Collaborative Gigawatt. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Oh my god, I can't believe they've made a Transformer of the Deluxo from GTA Online. But yeah, jokes aside, this is the DeLorean from Back to the Future, which is amazing. So yeah. Now, of course, this is from the collaborative line, which is essentially Transformers crossovers. Because, of course, I did look at the Sonic and Tails one not so long ago, so... And, of course, they've branched out to so many franchises. There's a freaking Hot Wheels one that I really want to get, so... Yeah. Anyway, looking at the box... The box is actually pretty cool, because it's kind of based on the G1 toy boxes. So, of course, we've got the G1 logo right there. We've got the Back to the Future logo, and apparently this is for the 40th anniversary. In fact, this was released a couple of years ago for the 35th anniversary. So this is a reissue. But, of course, the collaborative logo. Inside, we've got some schematics for the DeLorean, which is pretty cool. Got a picture of Gigawatt himself based on the G1 box art. Got his name right there. Got the original Hasbro logo, because, yeah, this is based on the original G1 boxes. Here we just have some pictures of Gigawatt. This side, got a picture of the back of the DeLorean. Normally we'd have like a bunch of figures like fighting together, but here we just have the DeLorean. Got some tech specs. So of course we've got strength, intelligence, speed, firepower. I don't know what those two are. I guess that's time travel and flux capacity, I guess. I don't know. But, of course, we have the actual tech spec, which is pretty cool. Underneath, we do have an actual picture of a Gigawatt right there. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. So, moving on to the actual figure. Well, it's the DeLorean as a Transformer, which honestly is really cool. Like, it's really cool when you take, like, old cars from like all these franchises and turn them into Transformers. Like they've done it with they've done it with the DeLorean right here. They've done it with the One and Zetotron. They did it with Kit, if I remember correctly. If you want to count Shredhead, then they've done the A-Team van. So yeah. Yeah, looking at this vehicle mode, this looks really nice. Some of the texturing kind of looks 3D printed, but it's just me. But yeah, this does look really nice. Like, of course, it's all customized out, so it can go like back in time and go 88 miles per hour. Like, we got some nice painted detailing right here. The back, it literally says out of time right there, which is hilarious. Of course, got the hood right here. And if we turn this around, his head is literally right there. And you may notice, this kind of looks familiar. Yep, it's a Sideswipe retool. Seriously, Sideswipe's mold just cannot get a break. They just keep using it. But this is one of the more clever uses, because, I mean, it's been heavily retooled. And there are a couple of new steps, which we'll see in the transformation, but anyway. For the accessories, we do get a few. For example, this gun. which can this take blast effects? Yes, it can. That's really nice. And this does have dedicated weapon storage. So we got a port right under here that this just goes into really snugly. So there we go. And the other two complement the car mode. So first of all, got this, which is meant to be the Mr. Fusion. So, and that just plugs right on there. And he's got a fishing rod hook thing. I'm sure this was used in one of the films. It's just, I can't remember what scene this was used in. But this goes on right here. So there you go. So that's fully accessorized up. And honestly, this looks really cool. Plus, we do have some play features. The main one being, we've got the gullwing doors, so these can open up. So yeah, the doors can open like an actual DeLorean. Plus, if you want, the wheels can actually go down. So we've got a hover mode. So yeah, that's honestly really fun. So we can do a hover mode, kind of like Siege Optimus. And honestly, I think that's really cool. Like, I was gonna say they didn't have to do this, but these do also move with the transformation. So yeah. However, I think these wheels are the biggest complaint for me, because if you try to move these, sometimes I'm going to sacrifice a wheel for this. Well, of course, on camera it behaves, but often a wheel can just come off, which can be kind of annoying. Okay, so if you see how the wheels are attached, it can be kind of easy to get a wheel off. And of course, I'm on camera, it's behaving itself, but just believe me, on my copy, sometimes these front wheels can be kind of a pain to get back on if they come off. So, yeah. But anyway. Now, surprisingly, this isn't the... Like, this guy's not the first DeLorean Transformer that we've gotten. Because, of course, we've got Swindler from the Micromasters. Now, of course, this is meant to just be a normal DeLorean, not the Back to the Future one, but this is still pretty cool. This is the G1 figure, because this guy actually transforms in a pretty similar way to Swindler. In the fact that the back flips out to be the legs, the hood just flips down. It's a similar transformation. So maybe a customizer could make this into a deluxe class Swindler. I don't know. But this is meant to be a full-on DeLorean. This is meant to be like inspired by one, I'm pretty sure. So yeah. And honestly, it's pretty much all I've got to say about the vehicle modes. So yeah. Overall, I think it looks really nice. Like, I'm pretty sure this is an actual licensed DeLorean. Might be wrong, but it looks really good. Plus, I love how these just, like, fold down. And that's pretty fun. But how's the robot mode? Well, to start, it's going to take all this off. And yeah, most of the transformation is pretty much Siege Sideswipe because it's the same mold. But there are some new things. Oh, so start off with just going to activate the doors. So I got the doors opened. The legs transform exactly like Sideswipe. So we've got these bits here which open up. Then the back just flips around. These black bits you want to try and push so the feet can flip down. The waist spins around. Then we can split the legs. The arms also work like side swipe, where these just flip out. In fact, I forgot a step. We've got these new bits which come down and flip around. I always forget this step, but see this little bit right here? You just want to try and get your finger in there. Come on. So just flip that down. So yeah, this just flips down like so. And now we can get the arms out. But compared to side swipe, where these just move out like so, you can actually fully flip these back. And I recommend doing that for transforming the chest. Put the hands out as well. Now the chest is honestly kind of tricky. So I'm just going to start by trying to flip around the middle bit. I can never remember if it's meant to flip around this way. I can never remember if it's meant to flip around this way or this way. Oh, there we go. So that shows the flux capacitor. And now the wheels, which I bloody hate doing. Because, let's see if it does it this time. Nope, it's still behaving. Oh, no, there we go. You can see a wheel trying to come off there. If that happens, I just try and transform it back. And normally that gets it back into place. There we go. So you want to try and flip the front wheels in, but be careful in case the wheel comes off. Okay, now let's try and... So I want to flip this down. You can see this bit. It's going to plug into there. There we go. So now we've got these little bits, which the shoulders are going to plug into these bits. Which, come on. And we're basically done. So just straighten things out. And here we have Gigawatt in robot mode. And yeah, mainly just side swipe transformation, but he does add a couple twists. Mainly how the torso, well, how the chest transforms to show the flux capacitor, which I don't think you can remove. But still, that is pretty cool. And the resulting robot mode, I mean, yeah, he just looks like Sideswipe. If anything, it looks like a G1 version of movie Sideswipe with the colors, but still. He does have some back cable here with the door wings, which you can't really fold down because of the shoulders, but oh well. Now, one cool thing with the head, he's got some goggles, so that's pretty nice. But the main thing here is the chest, and you know, I've noticed a lot of my figures seem to have like a really loose hip for some reason. That's kind of concerning, but still. Looking at the chest, we can see some dates. So we have October 26th, 1985. I think that's the first film. October 21st, 2015. I'm pretty sure it's... I think Mario went to that date, and I think it was the second film, if I remember correctly. Because that was like the self-tying shoes and the hoverboard. And then... I think that's November 12th, 1955. That's the third film with the train. Which I think that'll be a cool collaborative as well. So yeah. those are some pretty cool Easter eggs to Back to the Future fans to look at. And of course, we can give him his accessories. So we've got the gun here, which we can attach the Mr. Fusion to. So he can hold his gun. I know, to maybe shoot Galvatron, because Galvatron was a time traveler in the UK comics, so that works. And then with the rods, I don't know, this can like go on his shoulder or his forearm. Really, it's up to the personal preference. But I can just go on. There you go. But this is bendy plastic, so this might warp, so be careful. But there you go. And honestly, that does look pretty cool. Like, I am really liking this figure. And because why not? Yeah, his Swindler. Because I could see a potential, like, custom, like, Swindler from this guy, maybe. I mean, same style of transformation. So... But honestly, I do think that this guy is pretty cool. I mean, I think this was one of the first collaborative figures. It's just that he was reissued this year for the 40th anniversary of the films. Now, articulation is pretty much going to be the same because, of course, it's the Sideswipe mold. So, everything that Sideswipe does, this guy can also do. So, head can go side to side. Arms can move. You can T-pose. Bicep swivel. He's got elbows. Hands can go in due to the transformation. Waist swivel. You can kick forward, you can kick back. Knees about there, it seems, because, of course, that black bit's pretty huge. But anyway, swivel at the thigh. You can do the splits. Pretty decent pivot. So, yeah. You can get this guy into some decent poses, but honestly, I think I would recommend him with, like, the Fallen's fire pieces. You know, in the films, it's, like, speeding off of flames because it's, like, going really fast to go back in time. But still, this is pretty cool. My complaints... Mostly the same complaints that I have with the Sideswipe mold, but for new ones, definitely the wheels could have been done a bit better. Like, they mostly behaved here in this video, but they can come off kind of easily if you're trying to transform him. That's probably just my copy, but still, it's kind of annoying, so just be careful. I also think that trying to flip this around is a bit fiddly, but Also, maybe if the door wings were maybe on the hands, or maybe if these could like come off and be shields in the arms. I don't know, because these do tend to flop down. Maybe this is intended, so it's not like wings. I don't know, but still, I think this is a really cool figure. In fact, I just noticed on the shins, those kind of look like flux capacitors, which is pretty funny. Oh yeah. But well, do I recommend this figure? Well, if you're a Back to the Future fan, then I think that this is a really cool figure to get, because the vehicle mode looks really good as the DeLorean. And honestly, I think there's a lot of neat references here. As a standard Transformers figure, I also think that this is pretty cool. Because, I mean, again, it's a DeLorean, and that's a really cool car. So, yeah, whether you're just a standard Transformers fan or a Back to the Future fan, I think this is a pretty cool figure to get. So, yeah. So, this has been my review on Collaborative Gigawatt, and this is a Transformers fan signing off.